Hello everyone, welcome back to my live stream once again. Our local time is 1 past 11 p.m., which is the UK time. And today we're going to have our special guest, the US Hallo Teacher Hailey, who is going to be my guest speaker in any moment. So, dear viewers, once again, welcome to my live stream. It's really my pleasure to conduct this live stream at the moment. And if you don't know about me, hey, Teacher Haley's here. Yahoo! Welcome, Teacher Haley. I'm very happy to get you. Please send me the hop on request so that I can get you. Okay.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Teacher Haley, at last.
Hi.
Yahoo!
I'm so sorry. We just barely got done with our day-long Hollow meeting. So,
That's okay, Teacher Haley. So, dear viewers, I don't think I should introduce her, but once again, people who have joined only today on the Hello, this is our amazing Hello Teacher Haley from the United States of America. Well,
woohoo!
welcome,
Thank
Teacher.
you so much.
Yeah, very welcome. Teacher Haley, for your information, I have shared this live stream to our Hello, Facebook page, as well
Yes.
as I've got a YouTube channel and through their live broadcast.
Woohoo! That's awesome. Hello, everybody.
Okay, so dear guys, dear viewers, once again, we're very happy to get Teacher Haley. Before we start our conversation, Teacher Haley, how much time have you got for us?
I have about an hour, I would say, or I would say like 40 minutes.
That's
40
great.
minutes.
That would be
Yeah.
amazing. Okay, so everyone is saying hello to you. Let me welcome quickly Ryan, Jarmesh, Leonard, Mateib, Ruben, Alhamid, Nermin, and Jarmesh. Everyone is saying hello to you.
Hello. Oh, how fun. It's so good to be here. And I'm sorry. We just got done with a very long meeting. So if I look a little tired, that's why.
No worries.
But
As long as you're comfortable to talk, that's fine, you know?
yes, for sure. That's right. What time is it in the UK?
It is 3 past 11 p.m.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, 7 hours different, that's fine. Generally wake up to 12 o'clock, so that's not
Oh,
a
okay.
problem at all.
Okay, okay. Well, cool.
So, dear viewers, once again, Teacher Haley is one of the amazing founder members and teachers of this app. And we're going to listen to her, how she started the idea of Hello App with our amazing CEO, June, co founder, Ben. Please,
Hmm.
Teacher Haley, once again,
So,
welcome. If you please tell us first, where are you from? And then
yeah.
you go on, please. Yeah.
Okay. So, hello, everybody. My name is Teacher Haley. I am from Utah in the United States. And I have been with Hollow since pretty much since it began. But just a disclaimer, just so you all know, I did not come up with the idea of Hollow. It was all Ben and June. So what happened is my dad, he started a company, and basically the company, they just help other companies to grow and to become successful. And so the company that my dad works with, um, then in June, they came to my dad's company, and my dad and his company were able to help them to grow and succeed. And so I was working with my dad, and that's how I met Ben and June. And so that was like at the very beginning, right when they started with Facebook. And so I was able to start doing live streams on Facebook like every day. And then pretty soon they created the app. And now we're here, and now we have so many people on the app and so many teachers. So it's been super cool, but it was definitely not my idea. I was the one, they asked me if I could do live streams, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, sure." I've never taught English before. And so the thought of teaching English to a bunch of people online scared me a lot. And so, but I overcame my fear, and now I'm teaching English every single day, and it's amazing.
That's great story, Teacher Haley. So, was it 2017 when you started and when you met them?
I think so. I think so. 27. Wait, it's when I graduated. I would say it was like 2019 or 2019, I think.
2019. Okay.
Or 2018. I can't remember. One of those years.
That's okay. So when you first teaching English, you said that you're a little bit scared, yeah?
Yes, I remember my first live stream. I was like shaking. I'm like, hello, everybody. I was so nervous. But
Okay. All right. There are two questions already. Deviers, please keep writing on the question. As soon as teacher Hailey is free, I'm going to read it for her, or maybe she can answer you. Hey, Shadi, welcome. Narmin, welcome. Victor, welcome. Victor has a question that were you born in Brazil?
I wish. No. So, I visited Brazil. I lived in Brazil for 6 months for a service trip. And so um, I got to live there for 6 months and learn Portuguese. But other than that, I have just stayed in the United States. That was my first time leaving the country. So,
So teacher Hailey can play guitar, guys. She's going to sing a song for us, okay? That's a request.
right, no? How about Teacher Rahat sings a song and next time I'll sing a song when I have my guitar?
Sure, I'm a professional guitarist, teacher Hailey. You don't believe me, do you?
No, I don't. Are you serious?
Let me show you guitar. Okay.
What?
Fender. Another day.
Are you serious? How long have you been playing guitar?
Oh, I learned it quite a long time ago. Since my childhood, I learned it from my country,
Wow.
Bangladesh. I visited 20 countries with my band, Teacher Haley, with different people, with for performing.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, Teacher Haley.
That is so cool.
So we can make a Hello band, Teacher Haley. Definitely.
Yes. Let's do it.
Okay. And so Narmin has a question. What's the time in Utah at the moment?
It is 4:08 in the afternoon. So this is usually the time, usually 4 or 5 o'clock is when people get off work. And so, like right in front of me, there's a window that overlooks the street. And so there's a lot more traffic right now because people are getting off work at this time. So,
Okay, that's great. So when you joined the Hello, you met Ben and June. That's really an
mm-hmm.
interesting story to share.
Uh-huh.
And after that, if you remember, Hello started his audio and video, this type of live stream from the, I think, March 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And that time only there are only native teachers. I remember that. And
Yeah.
teacher Haley, you may have forgotten that I joined as a student.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That is so cool. Wow.
Uh, and luckily, few students were promoted as a teachers. I'm one of them. Then Ahmed, another teacher who lives in Poland. Then Khadija, and then Nazrul, another teacher from Bangladesh, and Sabrina from Indonesia, and Uncle Anne from Indonesia too. Luckily, few teachers were promoted from the students panel, and I'm much
Wow.
grateful to all of you because you were
Mm,
not here. So, our CEO June, Ben, and other teachers helped a lot of about taking the decision who students should be teachers. So I'm
wow.
much grateful to them.
That is so cool. And I have to apologize. My memory is so bad, really. It is so hard for me to remember names, to remember dates. And so you're like, yeah, Hollow started at this date. And I'm like, yeah, I think so. I honestly, yeah,
Okay,
that's super cool.
all right. So, at the beginning, last when Hello started its operation, there are many other teachers. Tisha Marakan, you're mentioning. Yeah, she was one of the amazing teachers,
Mm,
but I think because of her personal problem, possibly she's not here at the
yeah.
moment. I see her sometimes on the Facebook, different posts.
Yeah, yeah. hmm Yeah, Teacher Mara is amazing. I loved her as a teacher. She's amazing.
Okay. So, Teacher Hailey, so let's move in a little bit ahead. So, when you joined as a teacher, and there were many other teachers, and that time, if you remember, there is Hello Coins,
Yeah.
and there is a balloon.
hmm No, it's seriously been so cool to see, all the different transitions between the different versions of the app. We've had the coins, the balloons. We were talking today, there was like a little quiz feature. I don't know if you saw, but like what some teachers, they'd like put a question and then everybody could choose the answer. I don't know if you ever saw that. Did you ever see that? Like the
Yeah,
quiz kind of option.
yeah, I did. Yeah,
Um, and I think Instamatch is probably one of the oldest features that we have, and live classes or like live streams, of course. But yeah, that was something that we were actually talking about today in our meeting. We made this huge list. I'll just show you really quickly. These are like all of the things that we want to focus on and the things that we want to get rid of with the app. And so, as you could see, you probably couldn't read any of it, but like it's a long list with a lot of things that we want to focus on, as well as things that we want to get rid of to improve the app. So it's so cool to see how much Hollow is changing and improving and growing. It's awesome.
that's right. And also, Hello made, international that conference last year. You know,
Yeah.
and I also participated luckily, and it was really pleasure to meet different kinds of people, during that
That
conference.
is so cool. That is so cool. Yeah, I haven't heard much about that conference because I wasn't there, but that is so amazing.
It was okay. Some more people have joined. Let me welcome them quickly. Narmin, welcome. Victor, Anwar,
Hello.
Sean, Fatima, Marwa, welcome. Karar. Okay, so everyone is saying hello to you. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining at this moment. It's early morning in Asian countries, Teacher Hailey. Okay, and if you remember, I made a post on our Facebook page, and many people said that they're going to join. I don't know if someone is watching from there or
Oh,
not, because it's early morning, Friday morning,
yeah.
in Asian countries.
It's 2 o'clock now. Wow.
Okay, so it's 2 o'clock in, I think, Middle Eastern countries. 5 o'clock in Bangladesh, 4 a.m. in Pakistan, 5:30 in India, 6 o'clock in Australia, New Zealand, Japan, those countries, Friday morning.
Wow. That's crazy.
Okay, so Teacher Hailey, when you started working for Hello, if you remember, every
hmm
week, you used to make different kind of lessons, quiz, then, speaking, and also you always brought different kinds of ideas. Those are really cool.
hmm
And everyone knows you, honestly. And when you are not here, I said to you, many times they come to my left and ask, where is our teacher, Hailey? They always love you, like you, support you.
That is so sweet. No, it seriously has been so cool how much of a family you can create with Hollow. Really, like if you just make these connections, there's so many amazing people here. And so it was super cool because I was gone for a year and a half. But during that year and a half, I still had, my Hollow friends come out and reach out to me and ask me how I was doing and just help me to feel loved, even though I wasn't physically teaching on the app. And that
Mm.
just goes to show that Hollow is such a strong community, which I think is amazing and you can't find in many other places.
Exactly. And if you allow me, I can share some of the data. We've got at the moment 1.3 million members from more than 170 countries.
Wow.
And on an average, our users, including teachers, use 2 to 3, I think, is it 2 to 3 million minutes, or maybe 200 to 3,000 minutes, 300,000. I can't remember exactly, but a huge amount of time is spent here for teaching and learning.
hmm Yeah,
So,
it's amazing.
dear viewers, if you haven't followed Teacher Hailey yet, please follow her, support her. And someone is asking how the person can talk to you. 3 ways, guys. Join Teacher Hailey's live stream, number one, or one-to-one class, or find her through the Instamatch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when a teacher is on Instamatch, you'll see their photos. Touch on the photo, you'll be connected straight away. Remember that before you connect to a call, it will be showing how much money you're going to spend for every minute. So it may be 30 cents, it may be 50 cents, it may be 20 cents, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so once again, I'm going to share your profile, Teacher Hailey, so that you can
Mm-hmm.
explain a little bit more how they can join.
Yeah, for sure.
Give me one quick second, please. So, guys, this is Teacher Hailey. You can see
Woohoo!
where it says book now. You can book from there if you want to join her live classes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so right now I'm trying to work on adding one-on-one classes so I can just have like a a conversation with one person. But right now I'm just doing live classes every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 o'clock. Unfortunately, today's class was, we needed to cancel it because of the meeting, but next Tuesday will be my next live class. And so it's been super awesome, and I'm excited to start the one-on-one classes.
That's
Um, yeah,
that's great. Yeah, just do it. I'm sure you're going to get a lot of students.
I'm excited. Um, I would love to hear though, Teacher Rahat, I guess, how have one-on-one classes been for you? What advice do you have for me to start these out?
Sure. So what you have to do, you have to set up the timing from your mobile. That would be the best. You
Mm-hmm.
choose your free time when you can give lessons to your students. So because every lesson is half an hour, interval. Say, for example, you're free on Tuesday evening, 7 to 9 p.m. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to the one-to-one, choose first one-to-one, then the day, Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
and make sure you choose the exact date and the time, PM, AM, then save it. Then system will ask, do you like to repeat it for the next 4 weeks, same time? Then you change from the number 4 and save it. If you think no, you can do it 8 weeks, then change to 8 and save it.
Okay.
Once you have scheduled a lesson one-to-one, you can always edit or amend it anytime. You can delete it, you can extend the time, you can reduce the time depending on your comfortability.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, I'm super excited. That'll be super cool.
Okay.
Karar, hello. Wavy Damaras, Ruben.
So I'm going to show you if there is any class for Teacher Hailey this week. No, next week. Okay.
Yep, next Tuesday.
Right. It's not showing anymore. Okay, that's great, guys. So this is the way you can connect with our Teacher Hailey, and I'm sure you're going to learn a lot of things. Kara,
Oh,
Kara says that since you left, Kara also left.
no, Karar. Always come back to Hollow. Hollow is the best.
Oh, Teacher John is a Canadian teacher. Another new Hello teacher. So at the moment we have got around 300 teachers, Teacher Hailey, and
Woohoo.
he's one of the newly recruited teachers from Canada. He joined my live streams last week. I'm happy to get him.
That's awesome. Welcome, welcome to Hollow, the best community in the world. That's awesome.
Okay, and if you know that Hello is now growing more, and as long as you have appointed many Hello admins in the Facebook, they are trying to make more posts, bring more people to engage about Hello. And whenever there is chance, they try to advertise our Hello app, and I do the same.
Yes, and Teacher Rahat does such a great job for helping out Hollow, seriously. All of you here on Hollow are just amazing, and I honestly am so impressed with how much love you all have for each other and for other people, and just you all try your best to spread that joy and that love with everybody. So way to go.
Thank you very much. Damaris, welcome. Robert saying the internet is breaking. Okay. Uh, The best community in the world, Damaris. Thank you very much. So, dear viewers, if you have got any questions about Teacher Hailey, possibly you can write on the comment section. I'll be,
Woohoo!
she'll be happy to read it, and also I'll be happy to read it too. So, Teacher Hailey, now Hello has changed a lot. If you are aware, now every teacher has to have a teaching degree. Like either TESOL or TEFL or CELTA, and that's really made a great difference and also made it more professionalism than before. And if you
Mhm.
remember previously, anyone could make the live stream as much as they want. Now we have got
Uh-huh.
1 hour live lesson. It is like
Mhm.
a countdown, 59 minutes 59 seconds. When it comes zero, shuts
Uh-huh.
down.
Yeah.
Okay, so people are really interested to join you. And also, as a non-subscriber, they can't make any comments. When they try
Mhm.
to make a comment, automatically a message appears, you need to subscribe to the teacher. So that's really
Mhm.
passive marketing, how they can join with their favorite teacher.
It's true. Yeah. That's been super cool to see the growth. Um, but teacher Rahat, I would love to hear kind of your background. So you said you started out as a student, and how long did it take for you to become a teacher?
um
And what?
if I give my estimation, I joined on the, I think, 16th of March 2020.
Okay.
Then on the 7th of August, roughly 300 hours of live streaming. Because Teacher Haley, I used to teach every Saturday, Sunday. That's my two main topics: IELTS speaking,
Uh-huh.
writing, and listening skill. And
Mhm.
what happened basically, those 2 days, Saturday, Sundays, many teachers, like native teachers, used to come and help our other students. So students are really interested to join. Okay, so, and some teachers helped me, giving the recommendation to our CEO June, and
Mhm.
I must mention those teachers. Honestly, I'm much grateful to them. Teacher Marakan was the first, then
Oh.
teacher Canadian teacher Ryan, then American teachers Sophia. If you remember, still she's the poet Sophia,
Uh-huh.
and then teacher Julie, and there are some other teachers, I don't see them anymore. Teacher Artha, if you remember, who used to live in
Yeah.
China.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they, I believe that they recommended to June, and possibly they used to watch my live streams. And I was the first lucky student. I always say it proudly, and I must gratitude to all of you, all the Hello team, recruitment team. And when I was promoted as a teacher, and then many students applied, and from them, as I mentioned, teacher Ahmed, then Sabrina, and then Uncle and Najrul, and few other teachers were also promoted, but they are not here anymore.
Wow.
And
That's amazing. I love that.
that's right. And if you ask my academic qualification, I have a post graduation in clinical pharmacy from Bangladesh. Then I studied more in the UK. I studied from the University of Manchester, postgraduate diploma in pharmacy. Then I did my MBA in public health. My major is public health. My minor is microeconomics, and I'm trying to start my PhD program this year. Okay, teacher.
Wow, that's amazing.
And I did my teacher training last year in
Mhm.
March, April, something like that. Because that time
Mhm.
it was a requirement for each teacher, you have to have the degree. So
Okay.
I did the TEFL course, teaching of English as a foreign language, from one of
Mhm.
the UK institutes, internationally recognized.
Okay. And you said you're not from the UK, right?
Yeah, I was born in Bangladesh, so Bengali is my
Okay.
first language, teacher Ali.
Okay.
I migrated here in 2004 in this country.
Okay.
But I migrated from Saudi Arabia because I used to work as a pharmacist in Saudi
Mhm.
Arabia. Then I got the job opportunity to work for the National Health Service for the UK government, and that visa brought me and my wife. We both came together. Uh,
Wow.
okay, and our only son was born here in 2006. So he's 15 years old. If you remember the other day, I said to you.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's awesome.
Okay, there are some comments. I'm welcome. Tifty Ahmed, Zero. Uh, Zero has a question, teacher Hailey. How to get rid of strong accent and change to American accent? Teacher Hailey is the right person to answer.
Because I have an American accent. So I get a lot of these questions, people wanting to change their accent to sound more like an American. And first off, I think it's more important to be understood with the way that you speak rather than to sound like an American or sound like you live in the UK. Because it's way more important to get good at grammar, to get good at actually being able to converse with people than it is to have a good accent. And so I would say if you are kind of at the beginner intermediate level, I would not even focus on your accent. I would just focus on learning the basics and trying to get better at that. But as far as learning accents, one of the things that helped me when I was in Brazil is just really paying attention to how native speakers spoke and trying to repeat. Like, so for example, when I was with a Brazilian, they would be speaking, they would say a word, and then I would try and repeat it and try to make it sound exactly how they said it. Or when we would listen to music, I would try and sing exactly how the music sounded. And so just all of these different techniques, just me really trying to practice speaking like a native, um, I feel like helped me the most. And then of course getting feedback, because I still, one of the things in Brazil that my Brazilian friends, they would tell me that my R's, like when I say the R sound, it's very strong. And so that's something that I'm still trying to work on because it's hard. Like trying to change the way that you speak is very hard. But those are just a few things that really helped me. But what about you, Teacher Rahat? Your accent is very good. So what are some things that helped you?
Actually, I haven't got any accent, honestly, teacher. I have still got the impact of my mother tongue, But when I came to this country, I remember
Uh-huh.
that when I started speaking, these British people used to laugh at me because
Oh.
sometimes they had difficulties to understand. So,
Hmm.
what I thought after that, I took some phonetics lesson from a British teacher who helped me a lot. Okay. So
Wow.
basically, he taught me those difficult sounds after taking an assessment and said that
Hmm.
these are the vowels or the diphthongs or these are the
Yes,
you need to overcome. But still it is difficult, as you know, when I'm not born in a country, to follow and get the accent. Acquiring the accent is very difficult. So I
exactly.
try my best because I try to follow the pronunciation techniques which I have studied and learned, and which I also teach my students basic, British IPA, so that they can develop that accent. But sometimes, teacher Hailey, many of us learners are confused always. What is a pronunciation and what is an accent? Maybe you can explain a little bit, please.
Yes. Yes, that is so good. So the pronunciation is how you say a word, is how you should correctly say a word, and then accent is kind of the way that you say it. I don't know exactly how to differentiate, but pronunciation is much more important because if you were to because no matter the accent that you can be understood if you have correct pronunciation, if you accent words correctly. Would you have anything to add to that, Teacher Rahat?
That's right. And very often, you should know, guys, there are two types of pronunciation, British IPA and the American IPA. But we have got many accents. You see,
Mm-hmm.
every country has their own accent. Like there is Australian accent, New Zealander, South African, Pakistani, Bangladesh, Indian, Indonesian, Malaysian, European,
Mm-hmm.
African as well, But pronunciation is two, as I say. So if you know the pronunciation techniques, if you know the strategies, it is much easier for you to develop. But honestly, teacher Haley, without getting the support from a competent and qualified teacher, it is not possible sometimes, you
Yeah.
know, because of the sound. Because in English language, there is sha sound and a sa sound. Okay.
Yeah.
See, so that is an example. Like Pacific Ocean, sea in this word has three different sounds. Pacific Ocean, sa, ka, and sha. So
Mm.
only a qualified teacher can help explain to the students how they can achieve it.
That's so true.
Okay, so dear viewers, if you have got any questions or anything to know, so our amazing teacher Hailey is here. She can answer you.
Ruben, Sam says my boyfriend is always promoting social media on Hollow app. Got banned. Oh, okay. Ruben says, how can I understand street English slang because it is difficult for me? I totally understand. So before I went to Brazil, I spent a few weeks just trying to learn the language, learn the very, very basics, right? And so when I got to Brazil, I was able to have a very, very basic conversation. I was able to ask, what is your name? Where are you from? What do you like to do? You know, those very simple questions. But then when they would respond, sometimes they would use different slang, sometimes they would cut words in half. And so it was very, very difficult for me to understand. And I think just the same way you would build your vocabulary is the same way that you need to learn slang, is just practice it, listen to it, write it down when you hear it in movies, and then look it up online or in a dictionary afterwards. Is That's at least how I was able to learn some of the slang. And then as well, there's a lot of teachers who teach about slang. I've done a few classes about slang. I can do more if everyone is interested in doing that. I'm sure Teacher Rahat, you can do English slang as well.
Yeah, British slangs. Have you got your tongue, right?
Yes, exactly.
Uh,
So,
Teacher Hailey, sorry to interrupt. There are two
good.
people are interested to take lessons. I suggest please update your one-to-one lesson from tomorrow. Okay. So guys,
Yes.
Teacher Hailey is going to do it very shortly. So please follow her, and definitely then you can choose. And also they can request a class with you. You know, the now new feature is that they can request, and if you're free, you can send a message. Yes, then the class would be booked. So you can take the class either from the mobile as well as from the laptop. So you'll see
Hmm.
underneath your account it says join. That you have to click the
Hmm.
join button. Now if you are on the lesson, if the student doesn't appear, the student gets penalty. You'll be still getting paid. But if you cannot take the lesson, the student will get back the money. Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the rules, guys. Okay. And two, I think so who is it actually? Bish is saying, I'm trying to get a one lesson with you, Teacher Haley. And also Zakaullah is saying how to join you one-to-one lesson.
Yeah, so I will update my schedule. I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't know if you all heard, but in a couple months, I'm going to be getting married. And
Oh,
so,
congratulations.
and so it's kind of been crazy, not gonna lie. Where I've been trying to find a dress, flowers, everything. So I've been kind
Woohoo.
of running around, but I'll try my best to see when we can do those one-on-one classes.
So is it love at first sight, Teacher Haley?
So it was actually, I don't remember if you ever met Tanner. He only did like two live streams. He was with Hollow for a very short period of time. Um, but his name is Tanner, and so his it was his best one of his really good friends. Tanner came up to me and he's like, I have a friend that I feel like you should hang out with. And so we went on a blind date. So a blind date, I'll type it out, is where you go on a date with someone without knowing them beforehand. And so that was kind of what we did. That was the first time I met him. And then we started dating. And then I left on my trip for a year and a half. And then I got back. And now we're getting married. So super exciting.
Congratulations and
Thank you so much.
felicitations.
Thank you.
Okay, there are two questions. Zakaullah says, how to improve my English? Question number one. And Ruben says, Teacher Haley, how can I understand street English slang? Oh, she has already explained. You know, you need to know the
Mhm.
dialects. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you.
Mhm.
And if you can answer the next question is, I've been learning from Ahmed 2 years now, I'm kind of at a good level, but I don't think that I can develop my speaking. So this question is mostly how they can develop their speaking, Teacher Hailey.
Okay. Um, 2 years now. All right. So and you can add to Teacher Rahat. I'll give my opinion, my advice, and then you can go. But I would say just listen, because usually when you're first starting out, you listen to things that are more beginner level, and then as you improve, you start to listen to more native things. Um, I would say, depending on the types of books that you read, the movies that you watch, try and find more advanced books to read that are in English, whether in some types of films that use more advanced English. And with teachers as well, when you get on and have a live lesson with a teacher, try and use the vocabulary that you're learning. Try and use different words to explain things. Try and challenge yourself each and every day, because it is very easy to become stagnant with your language learning. And so as we take these steps, we can continually progress each and every day. But what are your thoughts, Teacher Rahat?
Sure, that's really good explanation. Welcome, Mariam. Mariam is saying hello to you and some people.
Hello.
Nita is saying so sweet. Okay. And as you know, the Teacher Hailey is going to make her schedule available very soon for one-to-one lessons. So guys, please follow her and support her, and if possible, subscribe to her lesson. I didn't know that today your class was cancelled. Honestly, I was waiting for you to make
I
comments.
know. I'm so sorry. I tried, yeah, it was just a super crazy morning, and I found out yesterday that we had this meeting, so I was like, shoot. But I'm trying to figure out how to either refund everybody or figure out another class. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, Teacher Ahmed is here. As if you remember, I mentioned
Hello,
Teacher Ahmed.
yes. Hello, teacher Ahmed. Ahmed?
Ahmed, yeah,
Ahmed.
he's from Kurdistan, but at the moment he lives in Poland. He has gone back for holiday. He's coming back on the third week.
Woo-hoo.
Teacher Ahmed, if you have time, maybe you can hop on for a few minutes. It's midnight in Kurdistan. I know that. Okay, so Teacher Health, that's really amazing. So very often this is very common question. Uh, they said I can't speak English. I like to speak English like you.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your advice for them?
So I have been speaking English for 20 years, more than 20 years. And so, of course, I'm going to speak at a different level than you speak. But you just need to be patient, because I've lived my whole life speaking this language. It's the same as if I wanted to speak your language. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of effort, but you need to be patient. I noticed that because when I was in Brazil, I was surrounded by a lot of people who are also learning Portuguese for the first time. And the difference between those who were progressing a lot and those who were very slow at learning the language was that the people who were progressing a lot with their language skills, they were patient and they were willing to practice and they were willing to make mistakes, which is hard. It's hard to be that vulnerable, that transparent, when you're practicing this language, because you don't want to make a mistake, because, oh, I have all this knowledge, why can't I speak another language? I sound like a 2-year-old speaking this language, but that's just how it goes. And you need to be humble, but you need to keep going. So that's something that was very hard to learn in the beginning, because I wanted to speak perfectly, but I just had to take a deep breath and try my best. So,
Okay, Mariam says she wants to be cool like you.
oh, Mariam. She's so cute.
Okay, so Teacher Haley, so you're going to get married in the summer, you said. This summer?
In March.
March. Oh, not very far. So January, February, March.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
so is the marriage is going to take place in Utah or
Mhm.
Utah?
Yeah. You all are invited if you'd like to come.
Sure, but the ticket cost from the UK to USA is around $800 return
Yes.
ticket.
That's so expensive.
Yes.
$800? That actually, Because for our honeymoon, we're going to Florida, which is just another state, and the tickets for that are like almost $400 for one ticket. Isn't that crazy?
It is. Everything has gone up.
Yeah.
So, Jim, welcome. Ratul, welcome. And
Hello, everybody.
so, though it's a bit personal because you have mentioned your marriage, what does your husband, or future husband, do? Is he on a
Hmm.
is he on a job
Yeah.
or a
So
business?
he kind of both. Right now he's working and he's studying at college. And so he is working as a dental assistant. So he helps the dentist, but he wants to become a dentist. So that's his plan. Um, yeah, so and I'm gonna start school in a few days on the 10th. So we're both gonna be studying, we're both gonna be working, super busy, but it's gonna be awesome.
Okay, so Teacher Haley, we'd like to welcome both of you in England. You can stay in my home.
Yes, that would be so fun.
Then we can go to the Queen, Her Excellence Queen, Elizabeth. This is Haley from the USA. Yes, Haley, welcome. Welcome to the London dungeon.
Yeah, the dungeon. Wow, what a great greeting.
Okay. Gonzaga, welcome. And so you said you're going to start your school from the 10th. Are you
Hmm.
studying any other further education?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna do this next semester online. So all of my classes are just gonna be online, which is nice because I can stay at home for a little bit. And then once we get married, I'm thinking about going to a different college somewhere else. So we'll see. We're still trying to figure it out.
So would you like to share with our viewers what you're studying? Maybe they're
Yeah.
not aware of it.
So far, I've completed almost 2 years of college, and in these 2 years, it was just like my generals. So in the United States, I don't know if it's the same in the UK as well, but we have like our general studies where you have to take like an English class, a math class, a language class, all of these different categories in
Hmm.
order to get your degree. And so I'm just finishing that up right now, and I'll get my degree in the spring, so in a few months. And then after that, I'm thinking about studying psychology and also learning how to teach English to actually, yeah, to get better at it. So,
That would be great fun,
yeah,
and great success as well. Hope you all the best, Teacher Haley. Uh,
thank you.
in the UK, the education system is up to 12, which is called A level. GC as an A
Hmm.
level. Uh, they have to go for like 4 subjects. Then after that, they have to
Okay.
choose the way they like to, go for higher studies.
Okay.
And as you might be aware, in the UK, there is funding for the higher studies for all citizens,
Hmm.
and A level is free from year one to A level. Everyone. It doesn't matter whether you are an immigrant or not. For every child, education, medication, and the doctor is free for them in this
Are
country.
you serious? That
Yeah,
is amazing.
and even for the citizens and immigrants, doctor is free, but maybe you have to pay for the medication. We don't have to
Okay.
pay any medical insurance. We don't have that concept here.
That is so cool. Okay, yeah, we're definitely going to come live with you if that's all right.
Sure.
Just kidding. Mariam, you're a psychologist too? That's so cool. I didn't know that.
Okay, a few more people have joined. Gonzaga, welcome. Gonzaga saying, Teacher Hailey, is that really you? Last time I heard about you, you're going to Brazil. Yes. Teacher
Wow,
Hailey.
you heard that was a long time ago. Yeah, I've been back for like 2 months now. So
Hadi is
it's
saying hello to
real.
you. Hadi is another amazing old hello. I know him personally from the Facebook.
Hello. So
Uh,
nice to meet you.
Zero is saying thanks to you. And Ahmed said, what are the perfect sources of English pronunciation? Okay, Teacher Hailey, the question is for you. How someone can develop the pronunciation?
Um, Good English speakers. Teacher Rahat, any teacher here on Hollow. I would say like even films. like films that have films in English. Yeah, there's so many different sources. As far as like specific textbooks or specific websites, I could not give you an answer, but I would say like movies, music, teachers here on Hollow are a great resource for pronunciation.
Certainly. Join Teacher Hailey if you like to develop your American pronunciation.
Yes. I'll join your class, Teacher Rahat. Honestly, okay, when I was a kid growing up, I loved the British accent. I wanted to have a British accent, so I'd like practice. And in fact, I was in a play. I don't know if you've ever seen A Christmas Carol.
Yes, I have.
So I was in a play and I was one of the actors in that play, and I had to
Ooh.
speak with a British accent. And so I felt so cool. And I was like making all these plans. I'm like, I'm going to raise my kids in England. I'm going to marry someone from England so that our kids will have an accent. Because I love the British accent so, so much. So I'll be joining your classes.
Oh, thank you. That will be my honor, honestly, Teacher Hailey. Have you watched the movie Harry Potter?
Yes.
All the British actors and actors are there. And very
I
often we
love
make jokes. Oh, does Harry Potter need water? No, he needs magic wand, Wingardium
Harry Potter.
Leviosa.
That's awesome. No, and like Benedict Cumberbatch, have you seen the Sherlock series?
Yeah,
Oh, it's so good. I love it.
okay.
So,
Gonzaga has a question. Teacher Haley, are you going to stay here for a long time? Since I want to join your class and you want to be your subscriber. Look, guys, Teacher
yes.
Haley is back. So subscribe to her lessons. And also, as Teacher Haley, please don't delay anymore about the one-to-one lesson.
Okay. It'll be good. I'm excited. Victor, in general, do they have patience? Okay, in general, English native people, do they have patience in trying to understand what non-natives are trying to say? Good question, Victor. To be honest, I love when I meet someone who is not a native English speaker. I love it. Like if I run into someone on the street or at work, or at school, and they don't, like, I can tell that they have an accent and that English is not their first language. I'm always like, whoa, that's so cool. I want to talk to you more. And so I would say yes. I would say, in fact, like if you're not a native English speaker here, for me, in my experience, people get more excited to talk with you. So of course they would have more patience. And that's how it was when I went to Brazil. I was super nervous because in the beginning I spoke Portuguese very slowly. And so I was like, everyone's going to get so annoyed. But everyone was so kind and so patient. And everyone was like, wow, you don't speak Portuguese? That's so cool. So it's going to be the same for you all.
So how many languages do you know, Teacher Haley?
Just two, just Portuguese and English. And I'm trying to get better at Portuguese because I was only in Brazil for 6 months. So I didn't learn it perfectly, of course, but I'm trying to get better.
Okay, so how do you say in Portuguese, how are you doing today?
Como você está hoje?
And do you like this song Despacito? Is it Portuguese?
I think it's Spanish.
Do you know how to sing it, Teacher Haley? If I get the guitar?
No. All I know is despacito. And that's it.
Pasito, pasito, hey!
Taquito, taquito. It was so funny. Me and my friends, actually one of my friends, they just try and make up words to fill in that song. It was so funny.
Mm-hmm. Bish says, Teacher, I face one issue if I use earpods. I'm using InstaMatch feature. Once connect earpods, voice is out. I'm not sure. It could be some technical glitch, for the last few days. So IT is trying to resolve it, you know.
Mm.
And Ratul says, talk about memory power because I forget everything. Okay, how can somebody remember the vocabulary, Teacher Hailey? That's the question.
Um, so that's a good question because I also have very bad memory, and so it was very hard for me to remember words. And so for me, re repetition was key in remembering things, like writing things down multiple times, saying it out loud many times, hearing the word. Like for me, I just had to hear it and say it many times in order to remember it. But what about you, teacher Rahat? What helped you?
uh, Basic root word, if you, I always
Mm,
suggest my students, and also try to know what kind of recipes, so that they can create more different kinds of recipes. One quick and easy example is like, teacher Hale is beautiful. So beautiful is an adjective,
mhm,
right? So can you make it adverb? Yes, beautifully. Can you make it noun? Yes, beauty and beautician. Can you make it verb? Yes, beautify. Can you make it
mhm,
gerund? Beautifying. Can you make it another adverb? Yes, beautifyingly. So look at, from one word, we're getting 6, 7 words. And I
uh-huh,
also asked them, teacher Haley, to make complete correct sentences. It's not only a word.
mhm,
When they make sentences, I ask them to read it loudly so that they can listen to their own sentence. And definitely it helps them a lot to build up their confidence, build up their fluency, as well as kind of pronunciation. For the pronunciation, they need to go to, as you know, we all know, the pronunciation is the hardest part of English learning, phonetics,
yeah,
and it takes
mhm,
ages to develop the accurate sound.
yeah,
If like it's for me, it's too difficult for me, but I have overcome most of the times. Still I'm
yeah,
learning, still I'm growing. Honestly, teacher Hailey. So when I go to posh accent, you'll be surprised to know in England there are some people whom we call elite class, and their speaking style is so amazing. Sometimes I listen to them carefully, the way they talk.
mhm,
And they use sometimes feel, you know what, mate? The other day I just met this guy on the train, and he was just telling, "Oh, would you mind moving a little back?" And they see, this is the way they talk. And the hardest part of the accent in the UK is the Scottish accent, and we can't understand
yeah.
sometimes. It's like a crazy people.
It's so true. I love it. Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay, Hadi has one question for you. Thomas, welcome. How was your journey in Brazil? Would you like to share with us your journey and experience, please?
Oh, it was amazing. That was my first time really experiencing a different culture in real life. You know, of course, with Hollow, I get to experience so many different cultures, but to actually be inside of a different culture was so cool. And Brazilians, they're just so lovable. Like they always give each other hugs. Victor, I'm sure you can add in on this conversation because you're from Brazil. Um, but they're just so warm and loving. And so that was just so fun to go there and to be with those people and to serve them for 6 months. And after that, I was like, okay, I want my kids to be Brazilian. Like, I'm going to raise my kids in Brazil because it was just so amazing. Because I think for us, like, I guess Americans were a lot more awkward. For example, Brazilians, they don't even have the word awkward in Portuguese. And so they're just a lot more natural. They just show who they are and they don't care. Um, it was just an amazing experience. The food was delicious. The people were amazing. The environment, I was in the city, so I didn't get to see a lot of the tropical places in Brazil, but it was amazing.
Didn't you feel homesickness for your parents, family members?
I guess when I was first in Brazil, because like it was very hard for me to communicate with other people, I felt very lonely because I would try and communicate with people, they wouldn't understand. They would try and communicate with me, I wouldn't understand. And so I think those first few months, there were times when it was really hard. But for the most part, I was just super excited. I was really excited to learn a new language, meet new people. So, yeah.
That's really cool. There are a few other questions. Is it okay to read it out, please?
Yeah, for sure.
Gonzaga has a question for you. Teacher Hailey, for the non-native speakers, which accent do you recommend? Okay, and also there is another question. Um, Actually, that's the main question here. Others are just general comments. Thank you,
Okay.
dear viewers, for coming here and for the comments. Once again, we're having our conversation with our US amazing Hello Teacher Hailey. If you haven't followed her, please follow her, support her, join her live class, as well as she's going to update the schedules for one-to-one lesson. I'm sure
Yes, I am.
you're going to get many students from today, and as long as we advertise about you, Teacher Hailey, and you go to
Thank
the live
you.
stream, from Facebook, that will be really helpful, and give it an announcement through Facebook as well that your one-to-one class has been updated so that they can join.
And a question about that. With your one-to-one classes, do you choose the topic or do you wait and have the student choose the topic?
uh, it's most of the cases the students, Teacher Hailey. If you
Okay.
remember, I took up to now 145 lessons,
Yeah.
and actually it's more than that. The new update has maybe more than 200, I should say. So
Wow.
what happens basically is most of the cases the our learners are interested to develop their speaking skill. So then you
Mm-hmm.
can talk to them, okay, with the different topics. You choose sometimes topic, and also sometimes they ask about grammar problems. And
Mm-hmm.
26 of my students, if you remember, those
Uh-huh.
those were IELTS candidates, and I helped them about the speaking, the test. In IELTS exam, there are speaking section, there are three parts: task one, task two, and task three. I
Mm-hmm.
explained them, I showed them, I took the test and assessment, and they were happy, and they got very good scores, all of the students.
Wow.
And they got their visas, and some of them came to the UK, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and maybe one person went actually trying to go to America because the visa of America is still not open for the international students yet.
So in all reality, everyone should sign up for Teacher Rahat's live streams and his one-on-one classes.
Thank you very much. That's so cool. Okay, so Gonzaga says he would like to have just casual talk with you to develop the speaking styles.
Ooh,
That's
perfect.
and there are sometimes what happens, you'll find many basic speakers, but they want to talk to native speakers. So what
Mm-hmm.
will happen when they book a lesson, this lesson will be saved in the student's account. Even you will not be able to see it. So they can go back and watch, and listen again and again to develop their pronunciation, the whatever you teach them. So
That's so cool. I didn't know about that.
yeah, that's really an amazing part of this one-to-one lesson. It would be saved in a hidden form in the student's account.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll go start signing up or creating some classes right after this. But
Sure.
sweet. Well, thank you so much. It was so good to talk with you, Teacher Rahat. I'm so glad we were finally able to do this.
Me too, likewise, and thank you very much. I know you're quite busy person, and best of luck for waiting, and we
Thank
will
you.
always here with you as a team. Okay.
Woo-hoo. And I hope you get to bed soon because it's very late.
Sure, no problem, teacher Hailey. If you have got any problem, about your one-to-one lesson, just message me. Then possibly I can
Thank
call you
you.
and show you how to do step by step. Because
Thank you
many
so much.
Hello teachers very often call me when they've got problem, and
Yeah,
straight and through the Slack we can call and just show them practically.
great. Well, thank you so much. I love you all. Have a good day. All
So
right.
there we are once again. Teacher Haley was here. Thank you very much, Teacher Haley. And also, thank you very much, guys. It's nearly 12 o'clock in my country. Gonzaga, Mariam, and all the people who have joined. Thank you very much for your support, for your comment. So I'll see you when I see you. Take care. And Teacher Ali, once again, thank you very much. I'll see you later, guys. Bye.